Never a dull moment in this country. We have challenges everywhere we look, whether it's the economy and inflation, an open border that is damaging to America on a daily basis. We've got wars in Ukraine and Gaza. And then lately, we've got students uprising on college campuses that are openly anti-Semitic, openly racist. We have a problem just about every place I look in this country. You must feel the same way.
I do. And I think most Americans, even those who don't pay that much attention to politics, can't deny that we are facing multiple threats in this country, both to our freedom as well as our ability to live in a peaceful society, and recognize that these threats are coming from decisions that have been made and are being made by the Biden-Harris administration and the Democrat elite in Washington. These symptoms of their abuse of power are what ultimately drove me to leave the Democrat Party, recognizing that they pose a direct threat to our fundamental rights and freedoms that are enshrined in the Constitution, freedoms that they swore an oath to support and defend. You mentioned a number of these very important issues. I'll hone in on one of the first ones you mentioned, which is our border. I was recently down in San Diego, going and visiting parts of our southern border that aren't often spoken about, or they're not getting much attention. What I saw should disturb and concern every American, regardless of where you live in this country. The cartels are running this multi-billion-dollar operation with the support of the Biden-Harris administration through their open border policy. And it's a well-oiled machine, Stephen. You know, we've got people who I saw firsthand walking across the border, happy, cell phones, snacks, nice clothes, they knew exactly where to go for Border Patrol to pick them up. They gathered there and they hung out until the Border Patrol van showed up, and they lined up in a very orderly way.
I mean, theories of Democrats believe that these will be voters for them going forward. Maybe they do. You've got big industries in this country that want cheap labor, but the people paying the price are the ordinary folks. And as you point out, not just in San Diego, but all the
yes,
right?
Exactly. That's absolutely true. There is no part of our country that is untouched by this and its impact on our communities. Obviously, people who are going to these cities and small towns demanding housing and food and money, people who are coming in, breaking the law, showing that they have no respect for the rule of law in this country, and many having no plans to go and show up to an asylum court date that may be 2 or 4 or 8 years away. Very directly undermining our rule of law and our system. What to speak of those who are coming into our country with an intention to cause us harm, who are a direct threat to our security. I stumbled upon a group of a few hundred illegal immigrants who are, again, sitting there with 2 Border Patrol agents, vastly outnumbered, but sitting there waiting, knowing that if they got picked up and processed, they'd be free to go anywhere in the country. But in that group were people who are very clearly criminals. I spoke to them. They came from Venezuela. They are not coming here with good intent, escaping a life of suffering and threat. They were posing that threat to their fellow citizens, and now they're bringing that here into our country. And we're seeing the results of that every day.